Welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel, everyone. As always, Rich is here with another video on XRP today. So wherever you are in this vast planet, I hope you're all having a nice day today. I had to start with this from you today before we discuss XRP. David Schwartz is pointing out that this is a scam in the Ripple scam alert what it concerns. It's right here. Brad Garlinghouse's AI video about doubling your XRP bag is this one. That will never take place. This is an obvious fraud. These videos are also widely available on YouTube. These days, you can find them everywhere in XRP. Also, there isn't an airdrop of XRP. Emphasize that they are attempting to take your cryptocurrency. Additionally, refrain from conversing with the comment section bots. I will not communicate with you in the comment section or send you a WhatsApp number. With all of you, I hope to become wealthy. If you lose your cryptocurrency, I won't be able to grow rich with you. Anything with an overly optimistic sound. You know what? The offer seems too good to be true. Additionally, since it's Sunday, I thought I'd discuss this. Pompeius is the source of this. Over the years, I've heard a lot of various XRP predictions. This one is excessive. He so begins by outlining the first fundamental: XRP isn't a coin. It is a liquidity engine made to transport value around the world. It isn't overpriced. It depends on the amount of liquidity demand that passes through it. The first possibility is OCC and the Ripple banking license. With custody, stable currency, treasuries, tokenized real-world assets, and a potential $50 XRP price, Ripple becomes a US national trust bank. It's extremely simple to get there. Corporate adoption is the second scenario. Microsoft treasuries, Amazon, Tesla, Apple, and other vendors switch to the XRP ledger. $100 might be the price of XRP, also available. In the third scenario, correspondent banking flows and worldwide banks total $6.6 trillion every day. The price of XRP could be $1,000 or more. Fourth scenario, CBDCs and central banks could result in a fee of at least $10,000. We might succeed, but I believe that scenarios 4 and 5 must be combined. In addition to bonds, equities, ETFs, tokenized XRP ledger DEX, and issued currencies, capital markets and global securities. Total $100 trillion. Liquidity requirements are enormous and go well beyond FX. He claims that will bring us to $100,000, but I believe that combining scenarios 4 and 5 will bring us to at least $10,000. He then discusses scenario 7 and the DNA technique. Thus, this would be the complete tokenization of real estate derivatives and humanity. Everything would be a tokenized asset, with XRP potentially worth over $10 million. After then, it deviates from the cosmic settlement layer. In this scenario, XRP is used for interplanetary trading as well as for Earth. Consider tokenized SpaceX Mars settlements, energy credits, carbon markets, and orbital resources. Human identity is guaranteed throughout the stars, thanks to genomic anchoring. The potential price of XRP is $1 billion or more. Although I previously stated that no price point for XRP is off the table, I do believe that $1 billion per XRP is off the table. However, I do think that XRP will eventually reach 5 figures. It's also feasible if it reaches 6 digits. The nature of demand and scarcity is yet unknown to us. Since that is taking place, we would have a better notion. However, I would probably cap XRP at 10,000 for the time being. That is, if everything goes according to plan, which we anticipate happening in the upcoming years. I'm a sardine with pride on the Flare Rich list. Where are you? This brings us to the Flare Rich list. This was also just dropped. In other videos, I also advise folks to carry a good amount of Flare while it's still only 2 cents. You won't regret it. Not stacking Flare at all is the only thing you will ever regret. This asset should be purchased by everyone, because I promise you, it will reach some respectable price points as Flare develops and expands. Additionally, as the price begins to grow, people will probably talk about Flare even more over the course of the next year or two. I wouldn't, however, do this every day. More holders of XRP are recognizing that rotating into Flare can help them optimize their gains. Flare is more useful, has a market capitalization that is 150 times smaller, is institutionally adopted, and has backing and Ripple support. I would never advise you to purchase Flare and sell your XRP. Instead, use fresh funds to purchase Flare. To purchase Flare, do not sell your XRP. Right now, I'm telling you, there will be some insane pricing points for XRP. Flare will as well, although I believe it will take longer for Flare. However, in this run, it does have a respectable return on investment. Offshore cryptocurrency exchanges will not be allowed in the United States by the Foreign Board of Trade Registry. Therefore, Bitcoin exchanges are not a good fit for the Foreign Board of Trade framework, which was created for legacy financial systems. These developments follow the CFTC's recent announcement that it will bring offshore exchanges to the United States, onshore, and provide access to them for United States citizens. This is my perspective on it. I wouldn't keep any cryptocurrency at an offshore exchange until they work this out. They probably don't do AML or KYC. When rules do arrive, they probably won't pass. You will probably lose your cryptocurrency because those exchanges will shut down anyhow. However, I believe that the CFTC will need some time to resolve this. I believe their announcement was made too soon. This, in my opinion, will need to be implemented gradually. A new EV and cryptocurrency strategy has been announced by Faraday Future. Now they don't specify which cryptocurrency they want to use for this. However, before all the Bitcoin maxes declare that they will invest all of this money in Bitcoin, I wanted to get ahead of the game. Faraday Futures has set an ambitious investment target of $5 to $10 billion in cryptocurrency. At its Los Angeles offices, Faraday Futures intends to hold an event revealing significant developments. Presentations on the cutting-edge C10 cryptocurrency index and the FX Super One electric car are included. Important turning points in the electric and crypto agendas will be announced by CEOs. Therefore, I like the direction this is taking. I'm just curious to see what cryptocurrencies they ultimately decide on, since, as of right now, they only mention digital assets rather than Bitcoin, which is typically what they would say if it were going to be Bitcoin, because the entire argument is that it isn't a cryptocurrency. Something else is involved. It's a higher level product than cryptocurrencies. However, you can see how these businesses are now all showing interest in cryptocurrency. This illustrates the direction of cryptocurrency. That's the future, when they want to invest in and build treasuries around cryptocurrency, because everyone wants to be ahead of the curve in this field. Ahead of their rivals, will the price of XRP plummet significantly? Wealth Builder expresses a viewpoint. I recently discussed a potential dump in a video yesterday. This was the real clip that Jake Claver was sending. Listen to it. Do you believe that the price of XRP will drop again? I hope it does. I don't believe it will occur. I'm sure everyone wants to. No one was interested in purchasing it when it was 50 cents. That's garbage, they said. Everyone despises XRP, blah blah. When it hits $2, everyone wants to sell, and it wants to return to 50 cents. You have 3 years to purchase it for 50 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, or any other amount. It will not return. I regret to inform everyone, she has volume, as if she's awake. Because of the ETFs, the TWAP and the VWAP joining the market, it will be sustained here. They aren't allowing it to descend again, but we were already witnessing it do so if it was going to. Since it went up, a lot of things have rolled up and then fallen back 90%. XRP hadn't taken that action. Here, where the Bitcoin and XRP charts have shown support, it is back on the line. If Bitcoin continues to rise from here, I believe it will continue to rise. Only XRP is up for grabs. Furthermore, you won't care if you purchased it at $2.30, $2.40, or $2. If we do see these further catalysts, such as the reverse carry trade I've been discussing, and the adoption of these ETFs for the stock market's backside settlement, dollar cost averaging will be your greatest option when it comes to purchases costing $100, $200, or $500. I realize everyone wants the best deal possible. 99.9% of the time, purchase a small amount when you have some additional cash on hand. Avoid taking on too much debt or using it excessively to the point that you are unable to pay your bills or other expenses. However, if you have the funds and are able to dollar cost average a market, that is the best approach. Attempting to predict the market, you will not accomplish it. Just